that so it would be the continuation of this the previous lessons on this the compound value of this the cash flows. So we have taken that the second cash item, that is called annuity. So the compound value of an annuity, uh, example rent or repayment of loan. So it should be calculated using this factor 1 plus I to the power n minus 1 over I. Or you can apply that any other method, getting this kind of 4.3746. So you can apply that at the present value, the future value of a lump sum for a 5-period, 4-period, you can get these figures. So you would have noted that in the visualization. Yes. So you can get that the value alternatively like this 4.3746 from this the present value concept. Once the future value concept, that 1 plus I to the power n, 1 plus I to the power n, you can have it. So that is the alternative. If you are unable to apply this formula, you can straight away apply that as the basic formula. Then the another item you want to consider, value of sinking fund. So what is a sinking fund? Sinking fund is a fund which is created out of fixed payment each period to accumulate the future sum after a specified period. So the compound value of an annuity formula is used to calculate that annuity to be deposited in a sinking fund for n period, a high rate of interest to accumulate a given sum. So this is given like that. That is the reciprocal of this the previous one. 1 over the compound value of annuity fact. So you want to take the annuity as a subject, then the future value to be multiplied by this reciprocal of this the compound value factor. So this compound value factor reciprocal is called SFF, sinking fund factors. Straight away you can, but in the you don't have any table value to this SFF, but you can create it. So as given example, suppose that a person wants to 21,875 at the end of the 4th year now. Right? Now you are in the 2nd year, and after 4 years you want to buy an equipment with the cost of this 21,875. Today, you want to start saving your money to buy that after 4 years. You want to set aside some money and you want to deposit the money in the bank account to create this the fund so that after 4 years you can withdraw and purchase this amount. Okay. So how much should we deposit each year at an interest of 6%, so that it can grow to the 21,870 at the end of the fourth year. So in the previous example, you calculated that how much you want to deposit at 6% to get that the annuity, future value annuity at the end of the fourth year. Here, the future value is given to you. You want to find out that how much of the annuity you want to have. So you can recall that it's 5,000 earlier. So you can make a link with that. Hmm? So A is to be found out. That is the annuity. But the future value you are given the 21,875. You take that these values. So you know that the compound value of annuity factor is already known to you. That is 4.375. So using a calculator, you can find this factor 0.2286. So you can get it to the answer 5,000. So if you start investing the 5,000 in your deposits at 6% interest at the end of the year, fourth year, you will have this 21,785, right? But if you need an amount at the end of the future year, you can now calculate that how much of amount you want to put in a fund. That is called the sinking fund. Sinking funds. Suppose that your parent wants to build up a house for you, for your wedding. So how can you do that? Right? Say 10 million. 10 million is needed. At the end of the 10th year, the 10 million should be ready to buy a house or build a house. So your father should deposit a certain amount of money now, savings. Then only he can get that number 10 million at the end of the 10th year. So that calculation can be done by applying this method. So usually the companies apply this the sinking fund formula. Usually they borrow money. They borrow money by issuing a debentures like the bonds, like our government is doing. Our government is issuing bonds to the public and getting the money from the public, and they enjoy spending it for their government expenditures. So at the end of the period, they want to repay that the bonds. Now the government has the crisis of repaying that the bond on time. They are negotiating with you. So can you the postpone it for a future period? Then only we should be able to pay you with the arrears. Something like that. There will be a problem when borrowing of funds. So to avoid that, the companies will have the strategy that so they form a sinking fund, create a sinking fund, meaning that so every year they set aside a profit and from the operation and find the investment funds and their money regularly. same amount of money they can put. It's called annuity. That is a fixed agreement. Then they can get that the required money to redeem that the debentures. At the end of the 5 year or 10 year, they should have the money. So there will be no problem for the company to redeem that kind of debentures on time. Otherwise, the company would be in trouble in the meeting that obligation. Right. So sometimes the obligation is not met by the companies. So definitely legal action would be taken by the borrowers. They will capture that as a company legally, and everything would be collapsed. So the sinking fund, making a sinking fund is a risk management for company. Right. So you have learned that the how to find that the future value of the three type of uh, fund, three type of cash flows. One is lump sum, second annuity, then a sinking fund. Now you want to learn about the discounting technique. So this is already for the compounding. So it is a process of determining the present value of the future cash flows or series of cash flows. So if you are given or projected the future cash flows will be like that, you want to make a decision that the future cash flow has a value for the investments. So because the cash flows in the future would be occurring in the different time. Say there's in the 10 year project, so the cash flow would be coming from first year to 10th year. But during the next 10th year, we don't know what will happen to the value of the cash. The opportunity cost would be different. So that the managers should convert all the future values into the present value now using a rate, present rate, and they can do the comparisons between the inflow and outflow discounted. So the present value of the future cash flow is the amount of the current cash that is the equivalent to the value of this decision maker. So the compound interest rate is used again for discount in the cash flow is called discount rate. So as we have seen the three type of cash flows in the future value, we have also some example of cash flows here. Lump sum. Lump sum is the first. So the present value of lump sum. Present value of lump sum is defined as a P value. And the future value is called the F values. So number of period is denoted by small n. The interest rate is denoted by simple I. So you can write an equation like this. E is equal to Fn over 1 plus I to the power n. Uh, you can use this the table value also to get it directly. So as I have introduced you earlier, you can find the table value downloadable from the website. You type the future value tables. Right. So this is the tables available. A1 future value, A2 the future value of the annuity. Third one, present value of this $1. So 1 rupee is called the 1 over 1 plus k to the power n. So this is available in the table format. So here you can see that the columns and rows. So in the first title row, you can observe the percentage. So at the different percentage, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 is going on series, but after certain level 16, it jump up to 20, 24 multiples. So because most of the frequent usage within this 15. And in the column, period, column, you can observe that the number of years, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it would be going up to 20, 21, 25. Serially, it's going on. After 25, 30, 35, 36, 40, 50, up to 40 is given. But most of the cases, uh, you want to deal with that as a very shorter period and also very lower rates, not more than much higher rates. And special only you can have. If you don't have the number, the factor like in this case, you can use the calculator. So calculator, you can find calculator, standard calculator, you can use that 1 over 1 plus, say for example, if you take 10%, 10%. So 1 over 1 over 1 plus and 1 will give you these values. So you can observe that this value is there. For 10% at the 1 year, 0.909. So you should reduce it to 4 digits after the decimal place. So 9090. The last, the fourth, the zeros will be converted up 1. So after 9, it will become as a 1. So that's kind of approximation should be done by you when you are using this calculator. You can't take that as the whole figures for the calculation. So you will be advised to use only the 4 digits factor on. So in the examination, we are given this kind of table to follow. Sometimes if the students are not following that, we don't give any marks to that answer. It's very strictly. And if you go to that, the second calculations, so you can apply that the rule that is 1 over 1 plus uh, power to n. So in the second case, how can you take it? So 1 over 1 plus 1 plus 1. 1, 1 over 1 plus 1 plus 0.1. 1 divided by 1 plus 0.1. But so you can use it. You can use 1 over x, I think. 1 over x functions is there in the calculator. So if you type 1.1 squared, then you can get this one. So 0.8264. 0.8264 you can have it. Right? So if it is for 5 years, 1.1, you can't use this power. You can go do the scientific. The scientific you can use the x to the power y function. So this is available. So you take that 1.1 x to the power 5. Then the x to the power 5, you can get it. Then you can get this 1 over x. So you can have this this value. You see that very long values. So you can use it for it. So this is equivalent to this values. So you can observe it. 0.6209 is there. So 100 years of up to 50 years is given. So the up to 50 years is given. So you can use it for say 55. How much it is in the 55 years? So what can you do is that. So you can take 1/5 and to the power 55. You can get it. Then you can 1 over x. So this value is coming. Point not 52. You can approximate 53. So by this way, using a calculator, whatever value you require, you can find. So this is a formula you can apply or you can use it. Right. Then you want to understand what is happening to this kind of present value lump sum. So in the diagram, you can see that the present value is plotted in the y-axis. Here is plotted in the x-axis, horizontal axis, starting 0. These are present value in rupees. 10 rupee, 20 rupees, 30 rupees, like going on. Like so, the number of years is there. So you take this point at the 0 year, 100 rupees you have. What is the value of present value is for this kind of 100 rupees over the years? So if you take this 5% discount rate, 5% discount rate, when the time passes, say at the end of the 10th year, this become a 65 rupees. At a 5% lower interest rate, discount rate, so at the end of the 10th year, it has a value around 65. rupees. So meaning that if you are having 100 rupees at the end of the 10th year, presently that value is equivalent to 65 rupees. Presently it is 65 rupees. Suppose that the bank pays the interest on your normal saving account 5% interest. So you are having the 100 rupees in your hand now, right? That 100 rupees is equal to 100 rupees now. You can buy anything equal to with the cost of this 100 rupees. You can buy anything uh, which cost 100 rupees now with your 100 rupees. But you can't buy after 10 years using your 100 rupees. So you can buy the things which cost 65 rupees after 10 years using your 100 rupees now. So the time, when time is going, the value of the cash in hand is losing values. This is because of this investment opportunity. Investment opportunity. Say suppose that if you have the 100 rupees now, you deposit your 100 rupees in the bank account at a 5% interest. Right? So at the end of the 1 year, you will have 101 rupees, 105 rupees. The second year, 111 rupees can have. So when the deposit is growing, at the end of the 10th year, at the end of the 10th year, you will have say 150 rupees. 150 rupees. So today 100 rupees should be equal to 150 rupees after 10 years. If you invest it, if you invest it in a bank, then you can't lose the money value. But if you keep your money in your hand, then you lose your money with 100 rupees. You can't buy anything equal to the 100 rupees. You can buy things 65 rupees. 65 rupees value. That's the thing. So what will happen though after 10 years? 5% interest rate. Hmm. 61 rupees and 39 cents at 5% interest. Your 100 rupees would be 61.39 rupees after 10 years. So that is the present value. So if you are very happy that the after 10th year, so if the 100 rupees is coming, so we can invest investment decision. Actually, you can't do that. You want to compare. You want to compare the cost, not with the 100 rupees, with the 61 rupees at the moment. Currently, you want to compare taking this amount without any other uh, comparable amount. Say the revenue must be compared with the cost. Revenue must be compared with the cost. Then the decision would be correctly taken. Then you can see that this curve is declining slowly. But if you take it 10%, it's declining very fastly, and 15% more than that. If it is 20%, going down straight. So meaning that if the investment opportunity is higher in the economy, usually the people should earn the money from the income more than the 20%. The currently the even the, the business firms are earning a profit of 20%. So in the retail shop, if they buy this the call the stock for this 1 lakh 100,000, so they can sell it immediately, and in a one day for 120,000. In a vegetable shop also you can find it. The vegetable seller is buying the things, the vegetables for 10,000, and they are selling for 12,000. So earning 2,000 in a day. So how much the percentage? Profit, 20% profit. So in a day, the vegetable seller is making the money, right? Other people like ours, we are giving the money 10,000 rupees with our pocket. We are not doing that anything. What will happen? The businessman will have this the 12,000 rupees the following day, but we are still having only the 10,000 rupees in our pocket. Hmm? So meaning that if we miss the investment opportunities, our money value will decline. So anyone, even your parents are having money, so advise them to invest somewhere else. Don't put your money at the locker at your home. So you want to practice an example of how to calculate this present value. So everyone take your exercise book and write down this exercise. So after the completion of these all these I can upload only, but you want to get a practice over it. Suppose that an investor wants to find out the present value of 50,000 to be received after 15 years at an interest rate of 9%. But find out, find out the present value of 50,000. So I will give you 1 minute to get your answer. Anyone can tell the answer. If you have calculated the answer, you can tell me. Com 128. Tell you answer. Com 128. Tell you answer. Open your mic and tell you answer. So no answer is coming from you, huh? I don't think why you going to pass the examination. So you want to collect the information from that scenario given. So F15 is given after 15 years, you get the 50,000. Now the interest rate is going on 9%. So you want to find out the B value. So you want to apply uh, this formula or this formula. So 0.24745. So you can get it from the present value table at 10% at 15 years. So you can have this 0.2394. 0.2394 is there. Is it right? Now it is 10% now. So 9%, it this one 0.2745. It's given. Straight away you can find 10 multiplied by 50,000. Or you can apply this the calculator value to get that. So to get the calculator value, you want to start with that 1 plus 0.09. Then you want to get that power 15. Then you can get this one. Then the 1 over it would be this value. So if you have the approximations like this. So which is equivalent to this 0.2745. So if you multiplied it by 50,000, you can get it. If you multiply over these figures, so like I said here, so it's become as 13,000 to 726.9. 26.9. So our answer is 25. 13,725. So 1 rupee is more than that. So this problem is occurring because of this the long digits you are applying. So you want to reduce it, right? So you want to have this number. Mm. This number you want to take it, and you can multiply this by. Oh, you are advised to follow this kind of instruction. Violating this instruction definitely cannot give you any pass. So next thing, present value of annuity. As we have seen that the future value of an annuity, you want to calculate the present value of annuity. The present value of annuity is defined as a E occurring for a then period at the high rate of interest can be, not can be, can be found. Can be. Can be found by applying this formula. Again, you want to memorize it. Can you do that? E is equal to A into 1 minus 1 over 1 plus I to the power n over I. Hmm. So there's a simple way that to apply this formula. So you can rearrange it and put it like this: 1 plus 1, 1 plus I to the power n minus 1, right? Into 1 plus I to the power n into I. This also may be difficult. So instead of that, you can apply this present value interest factor for annuity. Present value interest factor for annuity. Present value interest factor for annuity. Present value interest factor for annuity at the end year under the high rate. So it is available in the table A4. The table A4 is there. That is a present value interest factor for 1 rupee of annuity. This is a formula given. And if you are given this table for examination purpose, if you forget that the formula, you can refer to that formula to calculate any amount required by you. You can apply this, refer to this table. So here the present value of $1 annuity is there. Started from this, and you can get that the increasing values over here. When the present, that is the present interest is increasing, the value increases. So all of these 1 rupee. Say for an example, 1 rupee, 1 rupee obtained annually for 5 years at a 10% interest rate will have the value of 3 rupees and 79 cents. 1 rupee today will have the 1 rupee every year for 5 years at a 10% interest rate will accumulate the value at the end of the 5 years at 3 rupees and 7 cents, 1 rupee. That's the meaning of this thing. And you can think of that if you want to have the money, the future, the required money, you can think that how much of money you want to invest every year. So that any year. That is the next case. Okay. Then the present value interest rate annuity can be obtained from the table 3. Example given to you. Take down this example and find out the answer. Suppose that a person receives an annuity of 5,000 for 4 years at the interest rate of 10%. What would be the present value of the annuity? Suppose that a person received an annuity of 5,000 every year, 4,000 is coming. Interest rate 10%. Calculate the present value of the annuity after 4 years. So you can get that the 20 years, 20,000 rupees, absolute money. You can think that after 4 years you can get 20,000, but the 20,000 is not 20,000. It's below that 20,000. You'll be below that 20,000. So how can you get it? So you want to apply that the formula. So definitely calculation would be time consuming. You can take it from the table. The table 4 years, 5,000. 4 years at interest 10%. So you got the 10%, 4 years, 1 rupee. This is table 4. Sorry. At 10%, 1 rupee of present value visit every year will have this 3 rupees and 199. Will be in 199. So what is your question? 5,000. So 5,000 into this 15,849. 15,849. But your absolute uh, amount 20,000. So 20,000 rupees altogether will have only 15,849 because of this 10%. So Your answer should be written like this. You can straight away substitute these values to the formula and get this value 3.1699 as we have seen here 3.1699. So you want to round up this one. You may have the different values if you are using this one, but you want to round up. So 15,850. Right. So if you are rounding up, you can put in 15,850 rupees, not cents, not that cents. Nearest rupee 850. Rounding up. If you have this problem, you can round up, not round down. Don't write 15,849. That's wrong answer. So this is called present value annuity. So the graphical presentation is given here. You can see that 1,000 rupees values. It is discounted here. 926. It is second year it is discounted 857. Third is discounted more. And every year is coming like that. Suppose that you can't calculate this one. You can apply that at the present value lump sum formula. That is easy. So how can you do that? You take that table A3 where you can find these factors. The 10%. Second year, this one. Third year, fourth year. So when you are adding all this, you can get the value 3.1698. So that is available here. So you, if you don't have these values, if you forget that the formula, this formula, you can apply that method. That is 1 plus 1 plus So you can get it for the first year. For the second year, you can get it this one. For the third year, you can get it this amount. For the fourth year, you can get it this amount. So easily you can get and add all these things, you can get it the factor. So this is present value of annuity. Then the capital recovery is another concept is using. It is an annuity of an investment for a specific time at a given rate of interest. So the reciprocal of this the present value annuity vector is called the capital recovery vector. So it is given the 1 over present value interest vector for annuity. So the notation is like that. Present value interest factor for annuity, as we have seen here. Present value of interest factor for annuity. So 1 over 1. Then A is taken the subject and the P and this is rearranged. That. So it is like finding the annuity for that the capital. So example is given. Suppose that you plan to invest 10,000 today for a period of 4 years at 10% interest rate. How much the income per year you should receive to recover your investments? So you buy a machine 10 for 10,000, but you are going to use the machine for 4 years. Every year you are going to earn this only 1,000 rupees for 8 years. So how much of income per year you want to get from recover your 10,000? So 3,155 rupees. The answer. So if you multiply 3,155 into 4 years, so you can get 12,620 rupees. But you have only 10,000. So what is the balance? It is 2,620. That is your the income, additional income you are getting. But how much you want to get? Every year you want to have the 1,000 rupees for 4 years, 4,000 should be there. So you must have this the 4,000 rupees absolute income, but the present value you want to lose these values 1,380, right? This is the actual value, current value. For the 4,000 income you are going to receive the 4 years, will have the present value today 1,003 and the 2,620, 1,380 loss. So this is called capital recovery. Then you want to learn about the loan amortization. So how are you going to pay your loan interest? So capital recovery factors helps in preparing a loan amortization schedule. So usually loan amortization schedule is the table which guides the banks or the borrowers from the bank. So what is the amount of the the interest, the installment, the balance due, everything is there. Uh, and for the companies which borrow the money from the bank should separate the interest from the total installment they pay. So interest would be charged to the profit dollars account, while the principal amount to be deducted from the loan. For that purpose, they want to maintain a loan amortization schedule. Suppose a person has borrowed a 3-year loan, 3-year loan of 10,000 from a bank at an interest rate of 9% per annum. The banks require three equal end-year repayment. What will be the annual installment? A. And prepare a loan amortization schedule. Right. So you can simply think that 10,000 rupees have been received from a bank. So you want to pay it off for 3 years. So 3,333 rupees you want to pay every year. Then you can think that it's complete. Not only that, your interest also should be added with that. Hmm. So you can calculate how much is the interest. 9% interest. So this is 900 rupees. 900 rupees per year. 900 rupees per year. 3,000. So 2,700. Right. So your payment 10,000. So 12,700 700 you want to pay to the bank. So if you divide by 3, 4,233 every year you want to pay. So this is not a correct calculation. This is not a correct calculation. So you want to do a proper calculation. So it is called loan amortization schedule. So you will learn it in detail with the other 2 hours session. So you want to find out the annuity is that 3,951. But your calculator says 4,233. 4,233 normal calculation. But it is not that. It is 3,951 every year you want to calculate. So how can you obtain this one? So you want to apply this formula, present value formula. This is application. 10,000 is the present value. Annuity you want to find out. Present value interest factor for the 3 years for 9%. It's found from the table. This is 2.5313. Two point five three one three. So if you divide 10,000 by 2.5313, so you can get the result. Yes. 3,951. You want to round up this one. 51 is there. You use the 3 digits also same. It's coming. So this is the amount of installment that you want to pay every year. But this installment includes interest, right? So you want to work on this tabular format, that kind of installment. So this is such kind of table. So prepare a loan amortization schedule. It's like that. So it should be like that. Opening due, installment, principal, then the interest and ending due. All this should be calculated. So I have the answer here. You can observe that. So the opening balance, the first year 10,000 is there. Then installment, as we have calculated, 3,951 be paid every year. So you every year the same amount to be put. Then the principal and interest to be separately calculated. So how can you separate? So meaning that the 10,000 due is there. So 9% interest to be paid on that up to the end of the year. So 9% interest 900. You take it. Then this amount is included in the installment. So from the installment you deduct this interest. Then you can get the principal amount. Then the 10,000 opening. Now you paid 3,050 as a principal. The balance is there. That is 6,949. This is become as a closing balance on the year. This closing balance become as an opening balance the following year. Then again you want to calculate the interest. 9%. 9% interest you want to calculate. Is 625. Then it should be deducted from this the installment to get that as the principal amount 3,000. Then this principal amount to be deducted from the opening balance to get the closing balance. Then this closing balance become opening balance in the following year. Then the interest to be calculated again. Then this interest would be deducted from the installment to get the principal amount. So a principal amount is coming, so which is deducted from the opening balance. Then finally there will be a no balance, closing balance. It would be telling. So you can get the total. Total installment 11,183. Out of that 1,883 is interest. The principal 10,000. And it's clear. Earlier you have simply calculated that you want to 9% interest for 10,000 for 4 years. So 900 and into 4, 3 years, 2,700. 2,700. But it is not that. Only 1,853 because the interest is calculated on the net due, not in the opening balance again. So when the installment is paid, the interest rate is calculated on the balance sheet, but not in the whole amount, the principal amount. Only from the principal amount it will be deducted. And the companies can record these things in the profit or loss account. This can be taken into the loan account. The balance may be shown in the balance sheet like this. So this is useful for this the accounting purpose. So this is the one of the application of this the present value